Here's the Grandstand play of the day. Download Grandstand on iTunes or grandstand.me. I'm here with Kevin O'Connor from Celtics blog. Isaiah Thomas had a rare quiet night, 27 minutes, which is really nice, giving him a little bit of a rest in front of his buddy Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on his play and going to the All-Star game and whether he deserved a nod or not?
Oh yeah, I mean Isaiah completely deserved it. I always think back to something Brad Stevens said last season about the Atlanta Hawks' Jeff Teague. He mentioned how he plays like a superstar in his role. And I think that's exactly what Isaiah Thomas does for the Celtics. It shows in the way teams game plan for him. It shows in his performance. He's one of 21 players averaging at least 20 points a game this season. And of those 21 players, he leads in assist-turnover ratio. So not only is he being a shot maker for the Celtics, but he's being a playmaker. He's creating for his teammates. We saw that tonight with 8 assists. Granted, he had four turnovers. It's going to happen. I thought he had a solid night, even though it didn't happen scoring the ball.
Pre-game, he was very, very cognizant, very aware of mentioning his teammates and mentioning Brad Stevens and his development. Does the Celtics squad, I mean, it's an NBA, there's a lot of individual talent, a lot of individual players out for their own contracts, but as a team, does the Celtics feel a little bit more close-knit, have better relationships with one another, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've really only been in Celtics locker rooms for 3 years, so I've only seen Brad Stevens' teams. But this team does feel kind of tight, like more than the others. That's probably because they're winning.
Yeah,
Winning helps everything, but especially when you have the guys that they do in this locker room. And you mentioned Isaiah Thomas kind of mentioning his teammates. Yeah, last night on Twitter and again today. I think that says a lot about his personality. Guys before have talked before about how he'll like scratch you on the court. He'll punch you on the court, but off the court, he's the nicest guy. He's quiet. He's a family guy. And I think guys like him. I think he might not be a vocal leader, but he is a leader by example. And the guys really respond to that, and they appreciate how good of a guy he is. So I think I'm happy for his teammates, and I'm sure they're happy for him. So it's really nice to see for Isaiah Thomas.
And he's been fighting ever since. Last pick in the NBA draft in 2011. Jimmer Fredette was selected in the first round, which gives you sort of perspective on how a tough science the draft is.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of got the wrong mantra about him being a gunner, being a kind of a ball hog early on in his career. And I know that Phoenix stint was a strange stint in Phoenix with the 3-point guards. Do you think he's done a lot to kind of repair his image, even though he probably didn't have to, but among NBA fans and among NBA analysts like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mentioned the assist-turnover ratio before. He kind of came in with a gunner reputation. And now he's one of the guys who not only scores a lot of points, but he creates effectively for his teammates. Maybe that's partially because of the system. Maybe it's partially because of his mindset. Whatever it is, it's happening. And I think that says a lot about his ability to improve as a player, especially considering the fact that he's only 5'9". One of the first players, I think the 9th player in NBA history to make the All-Star team under 6 feet tall. So what can you say about Isaiah Thomas? He's beat the odds. And I think it's very impressive. It's good to see.
I mean, I've always wanted to be an all-star. I always wanted to lead a team and to be a starter, all those little things. But it's just, I guess, all working itself out. But I'm not satisfied. I mean, I expect those type of things out of myself. Without my teammates, I wouldn't be in this position. Like I said, they embrace me for who I am. They love me for what I do, and without them setting screens for me, getting me open, and just being who they are, without that, I wouldn't even be in consideration. So that award, I guess you can say, that goes to this team. I mean, this team is an all-star team, not just myself.